It's on? It's live? Yeah, it looks that way.
The time is right. Open up your eyes to see the signs of the times. Got to be wise to all of their lives. Look to the sky from where my help comes. Wake up, got to wake up from the slumber. Don't let them pull you under. Rise up above the water. Never let them wrestle you into the mud.
Yes, family. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Wazira Menin. Yes, family. One perfect balance. Welcome to another episode of Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. Y'all already know if we are not correct, feel free to correct us. It is a magnificent Monday. I mean, these days be going by quick. One day in one thing, the next thing is another thing, and just be going. But you know what? We give thanks, we give thanks. We find ourselves in the land of the living, and we give thanks to the Almighty for such an opportunity to live life and get it right, get it better today than we did yesterday. And that's all we can aspire to be, is a better individual as we move forward. And so, having said that, tonight's program is going to be on fire. I kid you not. And the reason why I'm saying that in the early, there's a few things that we're going to be discussing tonight. Let me just put this on vibrate. Otherwise, it's going to just be going off. There's a few things that we're going to be discussing tonight, especially pertaining to Barbados, pertaining to land. You know you're going to touch that Ralph Thorne thing going on. I see the media, all kind of stuff. They're asking him to be evicted out the party. I mean, you can't ask for no greater dishonor than someone to be kicked out, of a party that they've already voluntarily left and came back, and all bunch of nonsense. But the question tonight is, how would you infiltrate the opposition? We're going to discuss if that whole Ralph Thorne move was a Mia Montley strategy. Because I think we sleep on Mia Montley, I mean, we fail to realize she's a brilliant woman. And I think people are mistaking her intelligence for her mistakes, or what we classify as her mistakes. That may not be mistakes, but we're going to get into that too. So my question is, how would you infiltrate the opposition? So I list a bunch of laws on that particular flyer, and we're going to get into that too. We're going to look at some of those laws. There's a book called The 48 Laws of Power. If you never heard it before, there's a book called The 48 Laws of Power. I'm almost certain that most, if not all, but most politicians have this book in their library. Well, of course, except the politicians who don't have a library. Anyhow, so that's all I'm saying. So we're going to look at that as well. So go tell a friend. Oh, one more thing. I almost forgot. How could I forget this? We're going to look at this situation pertaining to law in Barbados, where these lawyers, they sell land that doesn't belong to them, and they say the people can't get their land back. We're going to touch on that briefly. We came across some law, some legislation that points in a different direction. And also, I got one more thing for you, Drax Hall. Of course, that's a big topic. That's a big discussion. I'm telling you, how comes all of a sudden, politically incorrect? We talked about taking Drax Hall and seizing Drax Hall, and all of a sudden, 2 days ago, there's a newspaper article talking about this government looking to purchase Drax Hall from Mr. Drax Hall. We definitely want to touch that tonight, family. So please, please, please go tell a friend to tell a friend. Tonight is one of them nights. I am not. Oh, by the way, we're supposed to have a special guest coming in. A very special guest coming in. Someone from a very special guest coming in. I'm gonna leave it at that. I just spoke to the individual. He said he's in a meeting. They're having a meeting. They got some real issues to discuss, some pertinent issues. I trust and I will that he has enough time to give us, even if it's 5 minutes, to share some thoughts. We actually sat down earlier and had a candid conversation, and I thought it was so intriguing that I need to have that shared with the wider Barbados to some degree. We'll give him the opportunity to share if he so chooses to accept. Well, having said that, I'm going to give a special greetings to the family out here in Cyborg Space. I see you, Andrea. Greetings to you too. Brethren, greetings. Greetings to you too, family. Mr. Clark, I see you. Divine greetings to the sunflower, one and only. Greetings and salutations as well. The Lotus family. Big Pen in the building. Big Pen is one of them nights, Big Pen. I'm telling you, we got a lot to share. I got a lot of files. You go listen, you do not want to miss this tonight. I have a lot of stuff to share, Big Pen. Big Pen, I got a lot to share. And I went to the museum. Yes, I went to the museum. You know, I was gonna go to the museum, man. I went looking for that book in the museum, man. Big Pen, I went looking for the book. Well, I can tell what that story, man. I can tell you that you gotta wait to the end and get that one a little later, man. Hold me to it. I'm gonna give that one for sure. Shout out to the family in UK, all the UK family. Give a big shout out to y'all. And moms, I know you're sitting on that big chair watching this on the big screen. We want to say thank you and put the phone where you can see it here because we want them nights where I know this is gonna be a busy night, man. I just want to. Oh, wait. Turn the volume down here a bit. Yeah. Mom, I'm telling you, man, this is gonna be one of them nights, man. Mr. Alfred, listen. Greetings, Mr. Benjamin. Greetings to you too. Oh, here I'm trying to find my own live, you know. Sometimes here it is. Oh yeah, I must mistakenly press it for that other live. No. You know, they all look alike. There you go. Put that right there so I can see what's going on in cyberspace. Yes, Mr. Good night to you too. Good night to you too, brethren. Indeed, she is a consummate. No, she's well. We call her strategist, but me and Motley's a general here. Don't get tapped with this here. Don't get tapped with it. You got to at some point you got to give jacket, but you got to give Jane hers too. You know what I'm saying? You plan to mold. Oh, wait a minute, Mr. Benjamin, don't get ahead of us. The question is, how would you infiltrate the opposition? And yes, I am using that word on purpose. Let's be clear so that nobody ain't got to guess if I'm being indirect. No, I'm being very direct. And I'm going to show you right now tonight how it's very possible. How it is very possible and how easy it really is. Because, you know, if we really stop and think about this whole situation, out of the blue, out of the clear blue, people who were working hard, marching, putting in work here, there, everywhere, all of a sudden, they have an opposition leader. That so happened to come from the same government party that the opposition is trying to out. And again, no one think that is strange. It's only me. I'm not saying the brother's not sincere. I'm just saying there's a way to do things. You know, there's a way to do things. And I don't know who's advising this brother. Maybe it's Ronald Jones. Because I saw them kind of buddy the night up the road. I went up the road to see what was going on. I had to see for myself. I didn't want to hear. I wanted to see. But anyhow, Daffodil, I see you, family. Greetings to you. Greetings to you too. Greetings to you too. And again, like I said, you know, just so people are clear, I'm not for or against the brother. I'm just saying, I think there's some things that the brother should have done differently. And because of how he did certain things, it raised a lot of red flags in my camp. I can't speak for nobody else. But definitely raised some red flags. Anyhow, Daffodil, I see you, family. Oh, and by the way, let me say this first. Sandra, I see you too, family. Good to see you. Greetings, family. Bless the love to you for sure. Lioness, I see you too. Greetings, all one and all. Ones and ones. Hail up, King Emmanuel. Power. People's power. That's what we're talking about. People power. The people have the power. And that's what we're dealing with. Giving the power back to the people. Tonight, you don't want to miss it. I got a lot of stuff for you all. I'm telling you, this is going to be crazy. And like I said, we're supposed to have a special guest coming through. And I don't really want to say his name and put him out there. But let me tell you something. I sincerely hope the brother calls, man, because this would jump Barbados. I'm telling you, man. So we're going to see if we have that kind of night, man. It might cause a total blackout across the place, man. Oh, man. Shout out to Hamila, by the way. You can have me a shout out. But I wanted to start tonight, though, and it kind of slipped me a bit early because I'm preparing. I was told, well, I heard they said they found a body of a female in a well, and they have, I mean, according to the news, and if I'm wrong, please somebody correct me. I'm not sure if they have actually. I mean, let me put it this way: I'm not sure if they have identified the body as yet, but what I want to say is more strength to the family, whoever that individual might be. I don't really do condolences, but more strength to the family, the individual who they found, man. And family, we got to be our brothers and sisters keeper, not just in talk, family, on a serious note, man, but indeed, we still have a few young children missing, young man missing, young ladies missing. And in fact, I was told that today on the radio, they talked about statistics of young people who go missing in Barbados. Come to find out, a lot of young men also go missing, but you don't really hear about that so much on the news. I mean, I don't just hear one or two, but the statistics, the numbers that they gave today apparently were an eye opener. And I give thanks to my people that brought that to my attention as well, because these are things that we're passionate about. And as far as the young lady who's supposed to be still missing and supposed to be out with a quote unquote Hamas, all this propaganda, a lot of that information ain't adding up either. Somebody's going out their way to make it seem that she's somewhere and doing something that isn't accurate. Makes you wonder, right? So I just, be our brothers and sisters keeper, family. Not in talk, but indeed, understand that the life force is in all of us accordingly, and you treat everybody with that kind of respect, man. Divine order run things. I can't speak for nothing else. I don't know about nothing else. I can only speak from that which I know. You see, that's my position all day, every day. So having said that, more strength to the family, and family, let's build one Barbados. One Barbados. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about, man. One Barbados. Yes, that means the government is also watching this program. The show that Drax gave the right to set up lots on the said property. Listen, Sean, let me tell you something, family. This is the only time I've noticed the government have done things that I would have spoken about, really and truly. I mean, this goes back. In fact, this goes back to the COVID time when they had the statistic card, and we used to quote the numbers that they read and break it down to show the inconsistencies where it don't make sense. Eventually, they started to pull certain things off. So we know that they watch. We know they watch. That's not the problem. We want them to watch, because the whole point of this program is to enlighten the nation, especially those who say they're leading, because they may not have all the answers. I'm not looking for the credit once they do what's right. But if you take the information and do what's wrong, well, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have a problem. Definitely going to have a problem. So I know they're watching, man. Let them watch. They're going to learn tonight, though. Y'all going to need your pen and paper tonight for sure. And the reason why you're going to need that tonight is because
News for the people in real time.
It's real news for the people in real time, man. That's what's up. Tonight is the night, family. So without going any further into that long talk, let me start by first saying this. There's an article in the Gleamer, and y'all know the Gleamer is the overseas paper and whatnot. Let me pull up the paper real quick for you. I'm going to share this for you. I'm going to give you the information step by step. We're going to go through this. In fact, there's something I want to say off the top real quick, off the bat. And you ain't going to hear this nowhere else. And I'm almost confident about that, where I'm going to say that out front. Did you know, right, that there's a law in England? And in fact, one of my inbox crew could pull it up real quick and message it or post it so we could put it on the screen. There's a law in Europe, in England, that states if there's an inheritance, if somebody passes away and leave an inheritance to their children, and there's another child as perhaps another child by family down the line somewhere, that child is rightfully entitled to part of that inheritance. That child is entitled to part of that inheritance. Well, guess what? This brother right here, Mr. Tory, the MP, let me pull it up. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Tory, MP from slave-owning family, set to gain £3 million from sale of former plantation. Well, the Gleamer got it. The Guardian, Gleamer, where did they get that from? The Guardian got it partly right. Because the truth is, unless there's more to it than we have been told, He isn't selling the whole plantation. In fact, the article goes on to say um, the conservative MP under fire for his ancestors' role in Caribbean slavery is in line for a multi-million pound payout from the Barbados government, despite threats to make Richard Drax pay reparation and seize his family's plantation, described by one historian as a killing field. Listen to the word, as a killing field of enslaved Africans. The government is now planning to pay market value, listen, market value for 21 hectares, about 15 football pitches of his land for housing. Now, 21 hectares is roughly about 50 acres, give or take. But the truth is, Drax Hall plantation is approximately, give or take, I think a little over 600 acres. So there's room, if it's 50 and it's 3 million pounds, which, sorry, how much is the pound in Barbados? That's what, $3, $2.50 or something. So it's up there. It's up there somewhere. It's up there somewhere. So they want to get this guy, the same guy that says he is not giving it up. He was not a part of it. Had nothing to do with it. I told you all the last time he spoke, that we need to seize this property. We need to just go and seize this property and cause this guy to, come to Barbados. In fact, he goes on to say, the move was arranged by, the move has angered many Barbadians, especially those who say that Drax's family played a pivotal role in the development of slavery-based sugar production and the Barbados Slave Code in the 17th century. The Barbados Slave Code, y'all got to read that deep. This denied Black Africans basic human rights, including the rights to life. Drax Hall, including the rights to life. You often hear about Willie Lynch, right? We keep hearing about Willie Lynch. I don't know if William Lynch is real or not. What I will tell you is that we know that Drax Hall, Richard Drax was real. We know that. His family is real. We know that. And they wrote also the Barbados Slave Code. He had a hand in that. And he also wrote some other books that we're going to get into a little later as well. Trust me, man. It's going to get deep tonight, family. But what I want to get to here was a part. Let me see if I can find. He talked about, let me see if I can find it. Motley has pledged to build 10,000 new homes to meet demand. I know she can put 10,000 new homes. Well, maybe that's the overall. I know what? I didn't even go into that. Y'all can read that. I wanted to find a section where he talked about not declaring it and why he not declaring it. Because my thing is this, though. By the way, this was April the 20th, 2024. This is not an old article. This article right here is fresh. This is fresh. In fact, let me post this in the link right here. Go get this, family, before they take it down, because you know that's what they do. You start connecting dots. You go down this rabbit hole. They start to disconnect stuff. Tell a friend and tell a friend, family. Maria, I see you too. Good night, family. Rhonda, I see you too. Good night. Good night. Akibo, I see you too. Greetings. Jack Cullen, I see you, family. See you. Hey, I post that link right there. There's a lot of information in this piece right here, but check this out, family. Since there's a law in Europe about, descendants getting part of the inheritance, well, I am sure that the original owner of Drax Hall plantation and his children, his sons specifically, would have fathered children in Barbados. Yeah. So I am sure that this brother right here, Mr. Richard Drax, might have relatives in Barbados that he don't even know about. I'm sure if there was a DNA test, he would find out there are folks in Barbados that are directly blood related to him and would have had a right to the inheritance that his father probably inherited in the first place. I am just saying. So from one perspective or another, as far as I'm concerned, Drax Hall belonged to the people of this land. As much as this man is claiming it is his, believe you me, we should also claim that it is ours. And I said to the people, especially those in that area who know the history, who have been living there for generations, take the land. There's nothing they could tell you. Take the land. And let me tell you why you should take the land. In fact, I don't even going to tell you why. I'm going to show you why. Wait a minute. Do I have that? Do I have that one? Do I have that article? I should have that article. Give me a second, family. Don't move. Hold on. Don't move yet. Don't move. Don't move. All right. All right. All right. I gonna find it, man. I gonna find it. I gonna find it. I gonna find it because, in fact, hold on. Let me do something different. Let me put this up. Let me share the screen. Let me show a different screen. Let me share a different screen. Give me a second. Let me go and share a different screen. And this is a local one. This is not even nothing that's far. This is local, straight local. Let me add this one time. Look what we have here, family. Look what we have here. Now, although it said Black Lives Matter yesterday, today, and tomorrow, I went by the museum today, by the way. I took a walk, went to the museum, and let me tell you something. Oh man, was it worth it? Was it worth it? I have some information I'm going to share. Yes, I found the book. The book is in the library. Yes. Unfortunately, the library has been temporarily closed because they need to do some sudden renovations. Well, it requires some renovations. It has a problem. And for health reasons, the library and the museum has been temporarily closed pending some refurbishments. So you're not allowed to go there and see the book. But I saw this plaque on the wall outside, and I thought it was interesting. I said to myself, well, what do we have here? Black Lives Matter. Anyhow, I said, fine, I'll get past that. But right in the middle of it, it says, under the 1833 Abolition Act, the British government paid 20 million pounds in compensation to British slave owners for the lives of approximately, listen to this carefully, family. Listen to this carefully. I'm going to read that again. I want you all to digest this. Just digest it like it's, sip on this like fine wine. Under the 1833 Abolition Act, the British government paid 20 million pounds in that time. You can probably calculate how much it is today. 20 million pounds in compensation to British slave owners for the lives of approximately listen to this carefully, family, 760,000 taken and enslaved African people. 760,000 taken and enslaved African people. They were getting 20 million pounds in 1833. You can imagine in 1833 where a little shilling had so much value. You know, it's 20, a little pound, you know, it's 20 million pounds in that time. We're talking billions or probably trillions of dollars in today's equivalent. Somebody could probably work it out. That's not my neck of the woods, but I'm sure it's not difficult to find out. My thing is 760,000 people. Right now, Barbados population is almost half that, though 360. Well, it's less than half of that, 300,000. 300,000 is considered the population of Barbados, which is less than half of that. So I have a question. When they said that Drax Hall plantation was a killing field, did Mr. Drax Hall, after he was paid compensation for the British slaves, did they slaughter half the population of the taken and enslaved African people for fear that after they were freed, they would turn around and slaughter all the white folks and plantation owners in this country? Because that sounds like what happened to me. I mean, I'm just asking the question, family. It mean like, wait a minute. We got to free these folks that we had done so much wrong to for so long. And there's so many of them. And there's only a few of us. We can't let that many. 760,000 Africans in Barbados living on this island. And we talk about it crowded now with less than half of that. Something wrong. Somebody lying, man. Somebody lying, family. Somebody lying, family. Somebody lying, family. This ain't adding up. The plaque acknowledged the lives of those innocent men, women, and children, slavery was a crime against. Wait, hold up, wait, at the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry. The plaque acknowledges the lives of those innocent men, women, and children. Slavery was a crime against humanity. Slavery was a genocide against African people, and it's still taking place. And this man here, Mr. Drax, have the unmitigated gall to stand firm and declare openly in 2024 that that's his position. Nah, I keeping that. My family thing. That ain't happening. Furthermore, if you want land, I'm not even going to donate and give nothing. Y'all going to pay me market value. You cannot make this stuff up, family. You cannot make this stuff up. You cannot. Well, speaking of Drax Hall, let's take a walk on the wild side. Speaking of Drax Hall, guess what I came across today? Well, I didn't come across the actual documentation in the library because they said it wasn't accessible because the library is on the renovation. Guess what I did find? So I did an Amazon search, and guess what? Instructions for the treatment of Negroes. Oh, apparently that is the name of the book. And this is supposed to be a revised copy of the said book that's in the library. Although they wanted the library as an original book. And we're going to get to it eventually. They can't hide it no more. We know where to find it. They're going to pull a stunt now, which is fine. But this is interesting because this book is supposed to be a copy of that, plus some additional stuff that was added afterwards. I guess they figured some new stuff out. So, for those interested in, I don't have an affiliate link. I don't have an affiliate link with Amazon at this point. So I ain't going to get no compensation for this. But I'm going to still get a link anyhow, family. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to put this in this. I'm going to put this link right here. I'm going to put this link right here in the comments for those who, it's a long link too. Maybe I can get a shorter version of this somehow. I'll work on it. I'll work on it. There's a way to get that done. And I don't recall it offhand at this point. But let me think real quick. All right. If I click, okay, I'll get it for you. Before the night, I'll get it for you. I get it. But I just want to highlight something here really quick. This book, just standing in the office today and thinking about the book, literally just feet away from where I stood in the museum. Like I wanted to hold it in my hand. I wanted to hold it because I could imagine the energy that book still carries, Yeah. Mr. Drax himself. Mr. Drax himself, man. Mr. Drax himself. It's interesting because we find ourselves in 2023 with a government that it says it's for the people, but every time you look around, you see what they're doing is, I don't know. I don't know if I really should say what I want to say. I keep telling people, man, it's become apparent right now that we have been hoodwinked and bamboozled. Because why would the government feel the need to pay this man money for a plantation? Well, wait a minute. Let me ask a question. Let me ask this ridiculous question. All the other plantations in Barbados that are owned by the government, how did the government acquire these plantations? Did they buy them also from the children of the plantation before? I mean, what is the history of Where's Alex Mitchell, man? Shout out to Alex Mitchell, man. Yo, Alex, where you at, man? How is it that the government claimed to own plantations right now in 2024, but yet they're buying this one from this guy? How did they acquire these other plantations? Was it also through sale? And perhaps the people of Barbados didn't know, because now we live in a technological age where media does transport fast. We know about this article in the 20th of April, 2024 in the Guardian newspaper overseas. But other than that, we wouldn't even know this was happening. So did the government put that burden on taxpayers? I mean, is this the case? Is that what's going on? Because if that's what's going on, as far as I'm concerned, Miss Motley, I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, don't get me wrong. You got to explain this, man. In fact, listen, my number is on the screen right here. I'm going to put it on there. We're on Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday at 8, usually at 8. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page, family. You know, share with your people. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all already know this go because they got me shadow banned. So you ain't going to see this unless somebody put you onto it. You ain't going, tell a friend to tell a friend. But Miss Motley, you got to call me, man. 246-838-8253. You got to explain this, Miss Motley. You got to explain this, man. So when you get a chance, call it number. Let's book an appointment through your PR people and come on and then we have a conversation because inquiring minds want to know what's going on here with this thing. The Guardian say you paying this man £3 million for this prop for little 50. Well, how much is it? 21 hectares, little 50 acres. Really? Is that 50 acres just to see how the people are going to respond first before you go and acquire the whole thing? Because this man might want to get rid of this at this point, but he also want money in his pocket. Man, listen, man. Barbados plans to buy his land for homes when he should be giving that up. In fact, well, he should give it up, but we need to take that, man. I keep saying seize that, man. Put an injunction. In fact, he also said in the article, let me see if I can find it, man. He said, the move agreed Barbados. The government should not be entering into any. All right. Oh, yeah. In December 2020, the Observer revealed that Drax had taken control of the 250 hectares plantation of his father's death. Plantation on his father's death in 2017, but he had not declared this in the UK MP's register of interest. He did then declare the plantation. He did then declare the plantation, but said the register had told him he was not required to do so until probate was complete. So probate wasn't complete at that time. So my question is, since you're selling it now, was probate completed? This is officially yours? And if so, then from a standpoint, I'll leave with these lawyers out in Barbados, y'all is something else, man. The people in Barbados, especially those in Drax Hall who've lived there their entire life, go and claim your land before the government sell and do all the crap they're claiming they're looking to do. It is nonsense. It is nonsense, absolute nonsense. It makes no sense whatsoever. Look at the image of Buster right next door. Yeah, and seize your property. It was already paid for, Aunt's Buster. Be in the month of April anyhow. So you know what time it really is, man. But let me put this right here. Hang on a second. Let me put this right here. Let me put this right here in the comments, man. Make sure y'all get this link properly. Let me delete what's there. Delete what's there. Let me see if I paste this. What happens? Ooh. Now, this is supposed to be the link to Amazon, that book I just told you all about. Somebody could click on it and make sure for me, please, if you don't mind. Check on it really quick. I hope I copied the right link. So somebody could please check on that really quick. I just posted a link on YouTube and also on Facebook for that book. Somebody go check it and let me know if that is accurate. Yeah, go check on that. Go check on that. Let me see. Yeah. Let me know, family. Let me know. Let me know. As if that wasn't bad enough, right? Let me give you a new one here, family. Let's go to this one, family. Let me make it larger so you can see a little better here, man. Make it a little larger. Teaching through primary sources, Henry Drax plantation instructions. Let me put this up here as well, family. Let me copy this as well. You cannot make this stuff. Yes, I see. Okay, correct. Okay, so it works. Give thanks. The link is good. Yeah, the other one was a long, 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 long thing. I don't know. I didn't want to do that. So I found a short link. So I learned it as I go here, family. Please bear with me and give thanks for your patience, man. So we're gonna put this other book, this other link here now too. Yeah, put this other one up here now, family. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Did it go up? Is it up? I think so. I think I think. Hold on a second. That I think that Amazon cut that one in half. But y'all could check it out when y'all get a chance, man. Y'all gonna be able to find it, I'm sure. Yeah, this right here is crazy, man. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is just crazy. This is just crazy. I don't even want to go no further into this. I don't even think y'all could stomach this. I mean, in fact, when you get into what is written, and there's a summary page as well somewhere else. I got another link here for you. It's a summary page. I outline certain things that outline this book, the instructions. Let me just go right to that real quick. And you can go through the summary from different steps in terms of what to do, in terms of the rules for them to observe, how to enforce these rules, what kind of rules, how to create the consistency that you want from the enslaved Africans. Let me just copy this link here too, man. It's a real eye opener, family. Let me see if I can find the short link. These links are long, and there's actually shorter links, but these are a bit long. I don't want the long ones, but I'm gonna get it to you. I'm gonna find this one too. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna get it to you before we log off. But I want to get into something else before I get too late. What time is it now, family? I know time does go by quick when we're here having fun. Let me send this one to you. Hang on. Let me share this one. Daffodil, you're paying attention, Daffodil? Crazy. I'm gonna give you this one. This is from Evans Early Americas in print collection. I actually found a link online, family. The book got one comment from the Barbados Museum. Really interesting. What they said on the, in fact, let me go and take a look at it. I can't do these links. These links are too long, really too long. Let me get that book up. Hang on a second. Let me go and get that book and see the comment from the Barbados Museum. It has one comment. I didn't see the comment. Hang on. Oh, Boris, here you go. Information on books are always clear and precise. Number one, place to shop for books. Okay. All right. Interesting. You see right there, Barbados Museum of Historical Society. All right. This is it right here. Legit. Anyhow, family. I see what's going on here. This is it right here, man. And on the bottom right here, you see it, Barbados Museum of Historical Society. So it's you know that this is legit right through. You see it. Family, go tell a friend to tell a friend, man. I got some stuff I want to share tonight. I got some other stuff I want to share tonight. It's been a bit puzzling, man, because here it is in Barbados. We have a lot of stuff going on. All these things are happening around us. And there's 760,000 people that suddenly up and went missing. And I got to say that because half of them, at least half, more than half, because the population is what it is now. And the Barbados population has pretty much been that for quite some time. They might say, well, some plague came and wiped out everybody. I don't know what they would say. I don't know. They probably say something, you know. But we might could guess what really happened because the African burial ground, the burial ground in Newton is a huge field. Drax Hall is considered a killing field. Why would they call it a killing field? These fields and hills beyond recall, right? I got something else to share with y'all tonight. Imagine. In fact, let me play the video really quick. Let me play it real quick. Let me play it. Let me play it. In fact, I'm missing something. I'm missing something. I am missing something. I am missing something. Let me go back here. Let me go back. Let me go back. Hang on a second. Let me go back here, man. I wanna show you all something that's very important. Very, very, very important. Very important. Give me a second, family. Is this it right here? Is this it? No, this is not it. Let me go get that. Let me go get that. Let me go get that. Let me get that. There's a website that is yeah. Let me see if I find it. Archives.org. I got it. Let me do a search real quick. Let me do a search. What am I going to search for? I want to show you all something real quick. This should be interesting. Where do I sign in? Barbados. This is a gold mine. I'm giving you all a gold mine right now, family. I'm giving you all literally a gold mine. A gold mine. Let me see if I can find this thing. Let me see if I can find this. Go to search. Barbados. Enter. Let me just give you all this. I'm going to give you all this link right here, family. Check this out. I want to share this really quick. I'm going to give you all this link right here. This link has on a wealth of knowledge about the history of Barbados that most of us, and I say most because let me not say most of us. I personally have never seen. Is a whole bunch of books on the laws of Barbados going back from the 17th, 18th, 19th century. I mean, there's a whole bunch of documents, legal documents. I mean, there's books about Barbados. I mean, there's one book I'm looking for in particular, though. One book I'm looking for. I mean, like records and stuff. Like they have it all here in one spot. Edge Hill, J.Y., you know what I mean? Moravian Church, history. I mean, you name it. Cornell University Library. By the way, all these books can be downloaded for free. So I can give you the link real quick. Here, let me put the link up right there. The link is right there in the search engine. Get it on YouTube. You have it on Facebook. You go make sure y'all copy these links down, go on these pages, look up these books, download the PDF, download it on your Kindle, download it on your phone, wherever, because you know how it goes with information. You know how it goes with information. And take a look at what's happening here, man. Laws of Barbados. I wonder if there's laws about land in Barbados. I wonder if there's laws about land in Barbados. Let me see if there's laws about land in Barbados. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Let me put this back up here so I can see what's going on. There you go. There you go. I'm going to come to the comments real quick because I know that I've been missing y'all. I want to hear what y'all have to say, man. I see you, Daffodil. Yeah. Nothing has changed. The invaders never left. That is a fact. That is a fact. They never left. And the archives have the information. You ain't gonna get this at school, family. They're not teaching this stuff at school. These books should be known. They should be known. But it's up to us to educate ourselves and our children so that our children don't make the mistakes that, the forefathers would have made, about Barbados. If I click on this, what happens? Let me see. If I click on this book right here, what happens? Let me click on the, opening up. Opening up. Wow. Yeah. Let's see what's up. Yeah, this is about Barbados. Vintage, 1890, family. You see that? Reverend J. White Edgehill. Public Library of the City of, it looks like Boston, I think. Not sure if it says at the bottom. But imagine these are books that I bet they'd be interesting to see what's in here, man. Like really. Yep, City of Boston. Imagine we gotta go to Boston to see this information. Extracts from the notebook of a Barbados physician. I would love to hear what he had to say. My experiences, notes from a reporter, old books. This is from 18, when is it from again? 1890. Look, family, go look at these books. Go get what you need. Download them. Download them. Crazy. Said things like this just adds insult to injury. Facts. The slave owning families got all the money out of slavery. Compensation for the enslaved people are now making more money on the plantations, and no mention of the enslaved, where generations are still suffering from their ancestors' ordeal. Facts. 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 The value of the dead, man. It's crazy. They tell us to get over it. But when it comes to money, the slave owning families are not forgetting the money they could obtain. Of course not. The book should be required history for our history. The book should be required reading for our history students. I think this should be required reading for the families as a whole, man, to be aware of what you're dealing with. And that brings me to what we're dealing with, because if we don't tell our children the truth about what's happening, they're liable to fall for all kind of stuff. They're liable to fall for it. And it's a great possibility that is what, if we don't do what we're supposed to do, that could easily happen. Easily happen. Easily happen. Let me share another page here with you instead, family.
Can you find me?
Let me pause it first. If we don't tell our children the truth, family, if we do not tell our children the truth about what's going on, about the land in Barbados, because it's a scramble for land right now. To get the money, they could keep printing that. That's not the problem. See the land? We spoke a few weeks ago how one of our own people lost land. Well, she didn't lose it. Let me phrase that. Her land was stolen by a particular band of thieves who fabricated documents and contracted with the dead to validate and justify a sale of property with a living entity, when you cannot contract with the dead at all. Our children need to know the truth. But I want to play this little clip real quick. I want y'all to listen to this and tell me what y'all hear, because I keep telling y'all it sounds good, but what is the other side of the coin? Take a listen, family. Just take a listen. Take a listen.
Can you find me $200 million US? No. To do the expansion of my hospital, that is not 15-year money. I need 40, 50-year money. I've said to you, look, remodel all my debt and stretch it out to 50 years. All that is incurred for SDGs. I'm not asking you for other things. What will be the implications for my debt service? When we came to office, we had 68 cents in debt service. That's why we had to restructure it. I feel for Zambia. How the hell do you take 3 years to restructure debt? You can't do that and still meet the needs of ordinary people.
The frustration they have is that, so what is it going to take that we will have the same level of response? as countries in the developed world with far more capacity have had in response to COVID, in response to the war in Ukraine, in response to the geopolitical tensions that we see now that are bleeding into every conversation that we have. And that's, address our debt. There is nobody saying they're not going to pay it, but what they need not to do is to have a choiceless choice between paying that debt and saying, I can't spend on education and health.
Education and health.
The search for farmer.
Can you find me?
I want you all to listen to this first part.
Can you find me $200 million now to do the expansion of my hospital that is not 15-year money?
$200 million for expansion on the hospital. 200 million. But I need it pushed back about 50 years in repayment. So let me get this here straight. 50 years. That's like 2 generations, 25 and 25. So what we are in essence saying is that we want the money now so we can do what we have to do. However, we don't want the responsibility of paying you back now. We want the luxury and the time span to pay you back later. Not really by us. We're going to put that payment plan on the children and our children's children. The Bible says a good man is one who leaves an inheritance, not for his children, but for his children's children. Well, Miss Motley, I don't know if you understand what it means by children. I'm not sure if you have children or you don't have children. I've heard people talking about you don't, but I don't think you need to have children to understand, the plight that a child would have if the debt was placed on his shoulder at this point in time. I don't think having children has nothing to do with it. But what I get, and correct me if I'm wrong, Miss Motley, if I'm in error, please correct me. But are you actually asking them to put debt on our children's back? Why even ask them for finding them? Can they find me money? Why not ask Mr. Drax, Miss Motley, for a part of that $20 million his family got? I'm just saying. We could start with that. I think somebody said that's about 1 point. Wait, Sean, how much was it, Sean? How much? Wait, hold on. I saw it here just now, Sean. I saw it just now, Sean. Where did it go? Where did it go? I see you, Beverly. I see it, Sean. I just saw it a little while ago in the comments when they were scrolling by. I was 1 point something. Let me see it. 1 point something billion. It's over $1 billion apparently. Wait. Value of 20 million from 1881 to 2024 is, how much is it? Wait, hold on a second. Whoa. Sean, this is not the same link you looked at. This is, Leo is saying the value of 20 million pounds from 1881 to 2024, 20 million pounds is equivalent in purchasing power of about $612 billion in today's, an increase of 592 billion over 143 years. That is crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like 612 billion. I got that right? Because I never claimed to be good at English or math. I just, let me know if I got that right, family. Don't know why making the means of me, because I would find it funny too. But correct me if I'm wrong, family. Correct me if I'm wrong, man. Yeah, Leo say yeah. All right. I got yeah. That is crazy. That is crazy if that's the case. Sean said use an inflation calculator for the pound. Sean, work on that. Let me know what the numbers, if them is accurate, because them numbers is crazy. Miss Motley, you ain't got to go looking for, they don't have to find no $200 million for you. Over $600 billion. Listen, man, money somewhere, tucked somewhere, man. Somebody got it tucked somewhere. Crazy. Somebody post a link I can't open links while I'm on a live, but somebody posted a link. Maybe somebody could go take a look at it and let me know what it says. African and Caribbean nation agree move to seek reparations for slavery. Maybe there's some numbers on that document that y'all could take a look at and let me know. Yes, Steve. Yes, it's enough money. How you mean? It's enough money. The prime servant should be made to repay all the money she has borrowed through. Listen, I can tell you something, right? This is going to fall on the Trojan family. That's why we can't play with this. We cannot play with this. And to make matters worse, elections around the corner. And I only say that in a general sense. Elections around the corner. Just me having fun. What I'm saying to say is that the DLP right now, because if Miss Motley is losing her grip on what she once held together with 230 loves, and the writing is on the wall and all the different deals with the BLP can never pull this off again. Not with the kind of stuff that's surfacing, especially this one with paying this guy money. Barbados ain't going for that. Not even middle class going for that, because that's a red flag. Like, folks, wait, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, that's crazy. So she's losing the grip. So rather than try to regain popularity in the media, what do? You cripple your opponent. Rather than fight to get back where you were, cripple your opponent. And how do you cripple your opponent? You use strategy. What kind of strategy? Well, it's obvious, family. In this case, this is what we're going to do. We're going to use the art of war. We're going to use the art of war. We're going to use the art of war. How would you infiltrate the opposition? How would you infiltrate the opposition? Well, the first thing you got to do is use strategy. Because in order for the BLP to have a real claim in the elections coming up on what's happening, there's some things they got to do. One is this. Yes, 612 million, I think. It's a lot of money. And yes, money is an insult. It's worthless. We want the land. And we want a little paper too. We got things to do, because you got to buy things with paper. But we ain't going to argue that. But one of the things you got to do is exercise law number 14, for sure, according to the laws of Robert Greene. And the laws of Robert Greene claims, according to Politically Incorrect, you got to pose as a friend, but work as a spy. In order to infiltrate the opposition, you got to pose as a friend, but work as a spy. Law number 14. You got to, in fact, hold on, man. Y'all know this book? Y'all know this book? If y'all ever seen this book before, I can post a link for those who may not know. I'll give you a little summary of this thing. A little summary. So that's one of the laws you definitely got to deploy without question. Law number 14, pose as a friend and work as a spy. One of the other laws you got to deploy is law number 20. Do not commit to anyone. It could be DLP today, BLP tomorrow. Or you could be BLP today, DLP tomorrow, BLP today, and a DLP again tomorrow. Because after all, you're not committed to any one in particular at all. Crazy, right? One of the other laws I felt would be necessary if I was me and Motley and I was pulling a strategy like Ralphie, you got to do something here, man, because we're losing in the polls. You're on the back bench. I know we don't always get along, but you already got your 2 terms. You got your pension secure. Your pension is secure for sure. You ain't losing nothing. Plus, I might get a little 200 million coming up. You might got signed there for you to do. Maybe you could do the contract and get the commission. I don't know. So one of the other things you got to do is law number 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignore them. Ignoring them is the best revenge. So even if they say and they talk about they want you to do this and want you to do that, and they start to question you, don't pay it in the mind. Just pretend that Mr. Blackett didn't say what he said when he said what he said when he said it. Just pretend you didn't hear it. Like they questioning your integrity. I mean, the first person I heard refer to your initials RAT was Miss MIA. So don't mind that. Be using strategy right here. This is how we going to infiltrate the opposition. The people of Barbados that was rallying around a cause, a momentum, a movement, they're going to deliver it unto you. I tell you, if you follow these simple principles, they're going to give it up to you. They're going to give it up to you. One of the other principles you got to really study, especially when they start to come at you. This is the one you got to work with carefully. You're listening? You're listening? This is what you're going to have to use. This one, this particular one right here. Law number 39. You got to stir up waters to catch the fish. In order to bring division amongst people, you got to stir up the water. Let it scatter. See if you could catch some. Catch some loyal sons and daughters. Catch some loyal sons and daughters. Make sure you catch a few because it's necessary. Hold on, wait, hold on. Because if you really listen to what Mr. Blackett said, in fact, maybe I should play what Mr. Blackett said. I don't know if I should play that. Maybe I should play it in part. Maybe I should play it in part. Because in reality, words are profound, man. And there's one word he said that I want. In fact, I'm going to play it because there's one word he said that I would like to elaborate on tonight. Y'all need to hear this, family. Y'all need to hear this. This is not your regular program tonight. This is a special program. I declare that because see this Drax Hall thing, this payment to Drax Hall by the Mayor Montley-led administration, and then this infiltration by this opposition, this appoint the official opposition leader, because it's an infiltration until he proves otherwise. Because that's how you're supposed to think that Miss Montley conspired with Mr. Thorne to infiltrate the opposition movement that was building and growing according to what was going on in Barbados. But no, we welcome everyone with open arms. I wish I had a cheese cutter right now with some mustard and some wait, hold on, wait, give me 1 second. I can't hear you. Oh, you're leaving? Okay. Love you too. Love you too. Yeah, all right. Love you too. All right. All right, guess it's for you too. I'm on live, man. I'm sorry, that's my daughter. All right. Yeah, love you too. Yeah. All right, family. A little commercial break. I love the children. How to catch a fish. Stir up the trouble. Make it happen. I just think that folks need to be a bit more cautious when it comes to this thing because people's lives are at stake here, man. People's whole livelihood depending on people doing what's right by them. They believe that. Well, we got a few more little strategies to deploy. Another one of the rules you want to deploy is this particular one here, no too. Law number 43. Law number 43. Is 43 here? Yeah, law number 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. You got to work on the hearts and the minds of others. You got to pay attention. You got to make sure you recognize that this ain't no game, man. Make sure when you get in there, you done stir the water up. Those fish that you done caught, work on their hearts and work on their minds. That's what you do. That's what you do. And that's how you make it happen. That's how you make it happen. And last but not least, if you follow these rules like the 10 crack commandments, you follow these rules, this is one that you can't ignore. This is one of the most important ones you must do in order to successfully infiltrate the opposition. Mr. RAT, you have to, without question, preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. So talk about the things that is most visible But we ain't going to talk about the fact that every bill that Marcia Weeks led marches advocated by her and the opposition and the momentum of the people, every single one of those that was put out there, including the instrument about the children, of which I was a major part of. I have never heard a word out of Ralph Torn, never once objecting, never once in Parliament when the Senate, according to laws, when the Senate decide that they're going to vote on a bill and pass it through the Senate into the House. When it comes up into the House, according to law, and correct me if I'm wrong, if something is passed through the Senate into the House and y'all receive it, if one minister decides that he is unclear and he opposes that particular bill, is it not true that according to the rules of Parliament, Mr. Thorne, perhaps Mr. Caswell can answer this question too, because I ain't hear nobody speak on this. In fact, he was a senator. So perhaps I should answer Mr. Caswell this question when I get a chance. Maybe I should ask him this question, or someone y'all can answer him this question. When you pass a bill through the Senate and it passes through the Senate and goes into the House, if a minister truly objects to something and he chooses that time to object to it in the House after it has passed through the Senate, what are the consequences of doing so for the House? Question is posted. What is required of the House at that point in time if a minister, if he truly is opposed to something, speaks out right then that he's in opposition to it? Say if he's a real opposition leader and he's truly opposed to it, what happens at that point in time? Can somebody please enlighten us on politically incorrect? Who might have knowledge of the Parliament to speak on these matters? I have never heard Mr. Thorne oppose anything, but has managed to successfully walk across the floor and adopt instantly a position that he did not even fight for. They say anything that's worth having is worth fighting for. But Mr. Thorne, if you truly want to fight for that position, like I said, man, when you're finished with the Marcia Weeks program, the Marcia Weeks show, go and shout Lamamba. I mean, like I said, you always bigging him up. Go. Lamamba has a live during the day. Find a little time to pop down there and do a live with Lamamba. Have a man-to-man conversation. And when you're finished with Lamamba, holler at me, man. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. And like I said, only a conversation, some questions and answers. No big deal. You know, just a conversation. Because you say you was a humble man, and I don't know. I'm not seeing humility right now, though. I ain't not seeing it. But anyhow, let me go to the comments real quick. I love my comments, man. Beverly, I see you, man. Beverly, you left the program, you had to step out. Well, look, travel safe, Beverly. Wherever you're off to, be good. Make sure you get where you're going safe and return accordingly. Let me post the link for this book here. Those who don't have a physical copy can probably download it as well. 48 Laws of Power. By the way, don't get me wrong. I don't subscribe to all this kind of stuff. You know, I read it, certain things I understand it. I think this particular book is designed to help you study you, how to overcome you as an individual, to make you a better individual. Because people are going to be people. Some people might take that strategy to manipulate other people. But I think that you should use the 48 Laws of Power to study yourself, man. Get in tune with yourself, get to know yourself, and understand yourself. Real thing. BDLP, all the same, two heads on this and one tail, they're cousins. Now, when it comes to governing and governance in Barbados, the reality is somebody got to lead. Somebody got to lead, whether we like it or not. Somebody has to be in that position. And perhaps we were practicing an old type of politics. Maybe it's a new day to introduce a new form of governing and governance so that the people who most depend and need it can be governed correctly in a manner that is sustainable, not just to themselves, but to their families, their communities, and by extension, the nation as a whole. And beyond that, we can foster and push the idea that we are one Caribbean people, no longer divided, and we can stand strong with our own food security. We can start our own trade, our own manufacturing in so many different ways, and become strong as a region. Right now, they got all kind of wars and rumors of wars and all kind of stuff going on around the world, family, all across the globe, man. The powers at hand are playing the way the dog, playing the wag the dog game. I know you mean, King. I know you mean, Kevin. By the way, long time no see, my brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. That's that wag the dog thing. I know that game all too well, man. Serious. Did I post it? I didn't post it yet. Let me post it real quick. The link. Oh, I did post it. Yeah, I see it. Politically, yeah, I see it. Yeah, seriously, family. Seriously. Cheese, cut it with pepper sauce. How you know it's so good? I was trying to manipulate her to get it, but she came to tell me that she was leaving, so I can go and make it when I finish myself. That's all right. Cheese, cut it with some whole wheat bread and some mustard and pepper sauce, man. Why not? And drink some Morby. That's my little snack before. I know it's kind of late, but I need to get a little something, little tea, and call or Morby and call it a night, man. Call it a night. Imagine if Ralph exposed the depopulation vaccine operation. Well, listen, Mr. Ralph Thorne, Mr. Ralph A. Thorne is not going. Look. Let me be prophetic here, man. He is not going to touch this with his arm, let alone a 10-foot pole. The brother said he took his shots. He was relying on his science at the time, which I don't know what science he was relying on, because I don't know what science he's relying on. But he says he's relying on science. So I would like Mr. Thorne to show the people of Barbados the science he said he was relying on. Because if that's not the case, it meant that he was just following blindly. And if a man is going to follow blindly something as serious as that whole situation that happened a few years ago, again, there's some questions I have for Mr. Thorne. I am not questioning Mr. Thorne. I just, as a man, mention how good and pleasant it is that brothers could sit and reason and dwell together. Well, guess what? We just want reason. Wait, I mean, man to man, this is a reasoning. You saying the science, Mr. Thorne. You was following the science. What can you please tell the people of Barbados what science you was following, or you was listening to Bostic? Because Bostic and the scientists, if anything, Bostic regurgitated what was told to him. The major in defense force and the scientist, he just was there for the security part of it. When last I checked, Miss Motley is not a scientist. At least she don't even profess to be a scientist. So you say you was following the science. What science you talking about, Mr. Thorne? Inquiring minds want to know, man. They want to know. Somebody said Steve Blackett could be paid by the BLP. Well, I can say this, family. I don't know. Right now, I'm right back. Okay. I'm right back. Yeah, I'm here again. Guess who's back? Yeah, you know it is. Sometimes they infiltrate the signal, and the signal get infiltrated. I can just sip on some pink grapefruit for now. Yeah. Take a sip. Yeah, I don't know, man. Black, if I can play that tape real quick. He said Ralph going to preach. Ralph looking older since he left and crossed the floor. I don't know if they cloned him or what. I noticed that the Ralph Thorne that came out was, he seemed a bit vibrant and, you know, youthful in those pictures I saw when he first came out. I was watching La Mamba live at the time, man. I was like, yo, good shots, man. This man looked like he really fired up. And now I see this brother, man, he looking like he weathered the storm a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there at all, man. I don't know. I mean, things that just make you wonder. Just make you wonder. I- it would be too long to play the Mr. Blackett presentation from the CBC Corporation. I don't want to jump out there like that. But what I want to say is this. Mr. Blackett at some point referred to Mr. Thorne and his colleagues as the cabal. I personally think that, you know, that's a word you use when you describing end time totalitarian movements, like what they call the Jesuits and whatnot, that come and infiltrate different organizations and take it over from the inside, like a cancer, with one objective and one objective only. Good evening, Mr. Clyde. I see you, man. I beg Marcia to bring on you or glad to blit. I mean, bring me on the Marcia Week. I've been on the Marcia Week's program before, back in the days. Yeah, we both putting in work, man. She doing her thing, and you know, we doing our thing. And you know, at some point we gonna meet in the middle because we all want the same thing. All I'm saying is that this brother right here needs, you know, there's some questions he got to answer, and I'm sure she feels the same way. I don't think Marcy's a very intelligent woman, man. Very, very, very. Different kind of audience, but warm Barbados, man. Warm Barbados, man. You know, in the kitchen, you got a chef, you got someone who prep, somebody who buy the groceries, somebody who manufacture the groceries, somebody who farm the crop that was chopped up to put in the food. Then you got someone who served the food. Then you got someone who consumed the food that was being served. You know, like a pencil. A lot of hands going and making one pencil. You got metal, you got rubber, you got wood, you got carbon. A lot of hands with one objective, family. You know what I mean? Real thing. Oh, the irony. Someone just asked about the whereabouts of the opposition pastor. Opposition pastor. And you just advocated and preach it. Nah, man, preaching the need for change. You think you said irony? It's not irony, sweetheart. It's called divine guidance. Divine guidance, man. That's what's up, man. Divine guidance. That's what it's called, man. Don't get it mistaken. Shout out to Moore, my brother, my beloved brother. Moore finally received, just for the record, family. And Moore, if I'm wrong, you could correct me. More Creations, by the way. Big up to More Creations. Y'all got to check this brother page. If you get a chance, post the link for if you got the IG page, so folks can see the works that you do if they're interested in your products. But the brother collected his shirt. I finally met the brother the other night downtown, and he was given his shirt, politically incorrect shirt, official Army Green. Give thanks, my beloved brother. Give thanks, man. Give thanks. Yeah, man, it's the man. I ain't touching it, Jackie. I ain't touching it, Jackie. I ain't touching it. I love you still, Jackie, but I ain't touching it. I ain't touching it. But it's the masses that accept. It's the masses that accept. We're gonna leave it at that, man. I have no behavior, none whatsoever. Still love you. Yeah, you use the book for defensive purposes. Sometimes you gotta defend yourself against yourself, man. I give thanks, Sean, for sure. He said, why are you dealing with through their law? They are operating the laws of the colonizer, not natural laws. Their laws are for corporate entities, not for men and women. JM, I totally agree with you. Totally. And if this platform was having a conversation about maritime or well, I wouldn't even say common, but the law of liberty or divine law, and we can have that conversation. But at this point, they say, when you come to the people, one of the things I have learned in my experience from my earlier days when I was gaining knowledge and was using knowledge almost like a oppressive tool. Well, you don't know this, you don't know that. One of the things I learned was when you come to the people, you speak the language of the people. Not everybody is aware of admiralty law and the law of the sea and UCC. Not everybody is familiar with that kind of stuff. In fact, I like to think that at some point we could have that conversation, especially about the UCC 1-308. In fact, for those who don't know, since your brother brought it up, I'm gonna type it in. Let me see if I could put it in the comments real quick. Hang on a second. Let me put that here real quick. 308, it's 308 or 309? 308? 308. If it's not 308, it's 309. No. 308. Just as a point of reference for future classes, for those who might know and those who might not know. Go look that up and read upon it. Because in reality, family, we're going to get to it, but we're going to serve milk before we get to the meat. Because a lot of folks here might already have knowledge of certain things, so I don't have to go there. But the ones that I hear that don't know, we got to bring them gradually into the light. We can't turn light too sudden, otherwise it might be blinding. You don't want to blind them. It's fade, right? Remember fade? We want them to focus, analyze, develop the ability to, then execute the plans, man. Shout out to fade, by the way. Give thanks, family. Give thanks. A humble man doesn't have to tell others that he is humble. I agree. Neither does a humble man go into the Democratic Labour Party who has a president, not a leader, a president, and beat his chest, well, I in charge according to the law, according to the Constitution. You might be in charge according to the Constitution, but according to the people, you want a review. So, that you get a job, you get a probation period. In fact, Mr. Thorne, being honest, you might be familiar with the Labor Act. Almost every business that you go to, every place of employment, there's something called a probation period, where although you get the job, the people who run the run-ins tend to want to watch you and see how you perform in this new environment to see if you are worthy of keeping on. Because you might get the job, yes, you might have aced the interview, yes, you might be related to the boss and get favoritism, yes, but you might not be ready. You might be certified but not qualified. You might be certified according to the certificates. You might be certified according to paper, but you might not be qualified for the place based on experience. Yes, man. Mr. Purple Music, shout out to Mr. Purple Music. Stay woke, not broke. He said he will walk in an active volcano before he come on your platform. Too hot, King. Listen more. Let me tell you something, right? That's how I know that this is spirit-led, right? I told someone this morning that tonight program is going to be a volcano, man. It's going to be hot. It's going to be a volcano. It's going to be an eruption. And for you to mention that word of all the words you could mention, right? Again, it's called, for me, I see them as omens. As omens. That's why we know it is our time, family. We're living in a new day. Today, at 3:33. At 3:33. Not that I didn't know. But I give thanks for the universe and divine law and divine order guiding my steps all day, every day. All day, every day. Give thanks, family. Safe and effective is the science, man. Did anyone remember what happened to those in power that spoke out about the joke that fell down flat? I am not sure, Kevin. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I just think it's interesting how in 2024, man, they're still not willing to acknowledge that they made an error with regards to that same thing, because all over the world where leaders are actually openly admitting now, well, we might have made an error, but Barbados, on the other hand, want to pass legislation to give amnesty to employers who force their employees on the threat of being fired to take that same thing, the thing a jig. I told you that cabal is a strong word, yep. Far-reaching connotations, you telling me. That's a serious indictment right there. But again, that's the time we're living in. For a man to come out and say that, somebody say he might have been paid for money. Nah, boy. Nah, boy. Enough love, King. Enough love to you too, my brother. Full respect and manners all the time, man. Full respect. Love you too, King. I appreciate the works you do. Appreciate your support as well. And we in this together. We in this together. Brotherly love overrule oppression and destruction all day, man. All day. All day. Jackie said, oops, keyboard acting up. I ain't touching it. I ain't touching it. It said Obama preached for change too. No comment. Facts. Facts. Fact. Universal commercial code is straw man. Of course. The brother mentioned it earlier. JM. And we give thanks for the knowledge, JM. In fact, like I said, one of these evenings, maybe we could come on, because a lot of brothers on here and sisters got knowledge. We should do a program. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. My number on the screen, family. Look it right there. Hold on a minute. JM, you too. Is area code 246-838-8253. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. 246-838-8253. Send me a WhatsApp. Let me do a special program dealing with straw man and law of commerce, the law of the sea, maritime law. Because when they did that Republic March that night, when they took, in case you didn't see it, JM, one of my previous programs, they put the flag on the ground, the flag that had the fringe on it. So again, there are folks who know and there are folks who don't know, but we got to teach each other. We had to learn from each other. But we got to give our brother, we got to introduce the truth to the brother who have never known truth in a way that he can accept it, and not in a way that it might make him choke. So we give milk and we go back then to meat. Well, in this case, some harder ground food, because I don't eat meat. But yeah, how would you infiltrate the opposition? Laws number 14, 20, 36, 39, 43, and 45. Yeah. That would be effective. And in fact, if you think about it, that's exactly how this happened. Yep. Somebody asked why he didn't put Mr. Ronnie as a senator. Did he put Kimar as a senator? I'm not sure, because I know that Kimar was there. But again, he selected two individuals that perhaps he has a prior relationship with, because I don't think he just picked two people randomly to put in the Senate. I think, in fact, what I do understand is that nothing in politics is by chance. There's always a hidden hand. Y'all remember that, man. Jackie, I love you, no. The other Jackie, I love my other Jackie too. I love all the Jackies, man. He gonna be a thorn in the sides with a good prick on. That's an English thing, because we won't use the word prick. But prick as in a stick. We might say joke, Jackie. With a good joke. Prick can be subject to interpretation, and we don't want nobody confusing my language at all. At all. ISIS, well, go on. So the DLP messed up Verla, Kimar Stewart, ungrateful bunch. I think, right, that a lot of the old heads need bush bath, man, because a lot of young people want to do the right thing. And I know they mean to do the right thing. But maybe this is good for the DLP, because what this is going to force their hand to do now is to clean up the house. It going to force man and man to stand up and be firm in this judgment, because it is a judgment. Make no mistake about it. It is a judgment. So man and man got to be firm in this time and stand up and decide and really show themselves to be who they really are. Either they going to find themselves in the congregation of the righteous, or otherwise. Almighty Mary, give thanks, brother man. Respect, same way, man. All day, every day, straight, King, straight. What's the status of the independent senators' request for legislation to identify employers? I don't demanding the pork. I like how you put it. See this pork juk. That's a good question. Maybe Mr. Ralph could shed some light on that. I mean, after all, he's in Parliament tomorrow, right? He in Parliament tomorrow. Can't wait to see Mr. Ralph tomorrow. We can bring tomorrow if you're gonna speak on. I know you're gonna watch this before you go to Parliament. If it was him, I would do so. To know what to speak on tomorrow to look good. It just makes sense, because it's all art of war, right? Laws of power. Wait, people don't want to hear this, but wait till Trump come back. She's in trouble. Trump didn't say Trump said he's a nice fella. Did he really say that? Did he really call our prime servant a he? I don't know if I could put up with that. Trump, I don't know. Trump, you're out of order, man. If he really did say that, I don't know. I don't know if he said that. But if he did say it, nah, I don't defend that, man. Trump, you're out of order, man. Miss Motley is a woman. She was born a woman, and she will die a woman. You know, I never heard her identify as nothing else. And even if she did, which I don't think she would ever do that, because that's a state of psychosis that would be ever clear, she would never do that. I know that. She's smarter than that. Miss Motley, look, y'all sleep on Miss Motley all you like, man. So that's why me, I don't like him. Well, because she's a woman, and she knows she's a woman. She never professed to be a man. She might got more heart than some man that right there with her. I could appreciate that, but that ain't an issue. There's such a thing as a masculine woman, but I don't see her as no man or being manly. I see Miss Motley is a strong woman. A strong woman. That's all she is. She don't intimidate. She's just a strong woman. You gotta respect strong women, man. Big up to all the strong women, man. All the strong women. But when you're pretending to be a man now, see? Because the word is pretend. Because, anyhow, a different conversation for a different night, family. Let the rainbow folks free tonight. The alphabet crew. We confuse the computer censorship with senseless words to get our message across. Well, I can tell you something. Is the cybercrime bill. Let me speak on that briefly, because I haven't touched it too much on this platform. And I know that it has been the focus of a lot of people, and I understand their reasons for doing so, because they said if you do this or you do that, you will be arrested. Family, I want to say this right now without apology. And I don't do this too often, or if ever at all, because I know and I'm aware that there are children who watch this program. So I don't make it a habit, or I've never made it a habit. But when it comes to the cyber bill and freedom of speech, a piece of paper does not grant me permission or deny me permission to speak my truth. So I agree that there's some who might need to have that put in its proper perspective. I don't know if they mean to amend it or get rid of it altogether so that the threat of imprisonment isn't what should I say, isn't an outcome. I will say this and much, I said this much and nothing else. When it comes to that cyber bill, they could take it and that's how I feel about that, you know? Because I will forever speak my truth, bill or no bill. But for the sake of those who may not be in that position, I agree that they should do something about it. But my thing is, I think that what the government does is keep people busy with a lot of paperwork. We don't need to worry about these bills and all this different stuff they're doing, whatever madness they're doing. We just need to get rid of them as a whole. Forget the bills. We can always fix that. Get rid of them, period. Simple. Problem solved. Just get rid of them. Don't keep fighting bill after bill after bill after bill. Bill after bill after bill after bill. But who's going to pay that bill when you exhaust yourself? Just get rid of who created the bills. If the bill is the issue, you got a leak in the basement. Stop buying mops and mop buckets. Stop advocating for mops to be bigger or smaller. Fix the leak. We want viable alternative solutions. We just don't want opposition for the sake of opposition. Fix the leak. Fix it. If quote unquote cyberbullying is a thing, can someone please show me someone who has been bullied through what was it? The internet of some sort. If you're saying that people use the internet to bully children and they commit suicide or whatever else, well, those situations can be dealt with directly. But to say you got a bill where you can't say something, a piece of paper that tell me I can't speak. Well, first of all, let me say this, man. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. That's how it goes, right? Okay. So then your words are the words of God. When you speak words? No, you speak vibrations. You speak vibration using your breath. This is supposed to be a Christian nation, right? I can play with it. But they gave us a Bible and tell us this is the story. Well, guess what? In the book, it says that God breathed his breath into man, the formation of clay, and man became a living soul. So then what caused clay to become living is the breath of God. So if I use the breath that's in me, which is the breath that God gave me to speak using vibration so that you could pick it up in a frequency in your ear lobe and your eardrum and interpret that resonation to be a particular word that you have adapted based on the education, the language that we use to communicate. When how are you going to tell an individual that they cannot speak or what they can and cannot say? That is reserved for slaves. So like the brother said earlier, those laws don't apply to us as free men and women. That applies to those who are slaves. So if you find yourself as a slave, well, yes, those apply to you. Otherwise, they don't apply to you. You don't see the Indians referring to no cyber bills. You don't see them trying to advocate again because they know that don't apply to them. Allahu Akbar. They know that don't apply to them. Allahu Akbar. They're not worried about that. Allahu Akbar. They got a solution for that. It's called Allahu Akbar. That's their solution for that. They ain't worried about no piece of paper. Cyber crime bill. I tell you, y'all could put that with the monkeys, the nuts. Y'all could quote me on that. Anyhow, let me get back here real quick to these comments. A funny comments was in. And what time is it? Look, fam, let me don't hear too long, man. Don't hear too long. I want to touch one thing before I go. Somebody asked a question If she's so strong, why this country in trouble? Anybody can ask that question? Young blood, the country ain't really in trouble, you know, fam. The country ain't in trouble. There's something called, I'm gonna use another verse instead. The Bible say, where 2 and 3 are gathered, right? Now, imagine you got you and your brethren, right, soldier? You and your brethren decide when they come together, when they got a plan to do something. We can start this business on the corner. We can start selling bottled water at the corner where the traffic to stop. You and your brethren got a little plan. Y'all think together and work together. And quick, so when they're working together, the water plan come together. And quick, so when they got a cola and water, when they're working together and it's working. Now imagine if more people start thinking along those same lines and building this thing and build this thing. You got more. So next thing you know, you got water almost at every junction somebody around the boat, and it growing and growing. So the more people come together with the same idea, the better it could work. But guess what? Barbados is in trouble. We just got to be on one. We got to be in one accord, like in the day of Pentecost. We got to be in one accord. In fact, the scripture said, unless you become like in the day of Pentecost, you will not hasten the son's return. Meaning, and by son, what the church would call the Christ, I might refer to it as Christ consciousness, the ability to think on your divine self on a higher level with divine law and order, like the brother said earlier, so you're not being governed by these statutes that these politicians put together to control you on the plantation. But by coming together in those numbers, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20,000 people in Barbados on the same frequency, trust me, none of them laws don't apply to y'all. None. Because it's a sovereign community. We have our own constitution and we ain't dealing with that madness. We govern by our own set of rules and regulations. That cooperation, because Ralph Thorne, who is a king's counsel, is under the orders of King Charles, who is the owner of the corporation known as Barbados. In fact, known as the Republic of Barbados, because on the night of the Republic, they brought him here. Yes, he gave a half-assed speech about some madness. And yes, I did say that. And then they gave him the keys to the corporation. So we know who they're answering to. The question is, as a people, what are we going to do? We're going to keep the meditation they give us, and like you said, so that the country will be in trouble, or are we going to take it to another level, family, and work together? We got to help each other at this point, brother. Like we said initially, the true opposition needs to be a revolution of consciousness, a revolution of consciousness. The true opposition has to be a revolution of consciousness. You cannot change the system. It was designed to be the way it is. You got to change the thinking of the people, both in and out the system. And that's the only way change gonna come, my fam. Renewing, in fact, according to the Bible again, by the renewing of the mind. That's what's up, man. Real thing. Anyhow, family. More creation said we manufacture coconut oil-based products for hair, insect repellent. We said hair fall. I mean, like to start your hair from falling out. Is that what you mean? More? Insect repellent, pain relief, vapor rubs, skin remedies for eczema, and many more plant-based products for you and your loved ones. Here's the deal, man. You gotta put the link. You gotta get the IG page up and running more, so that the folks could be able to come and check the products you got going on and be able to reach you. You could always do a delivery on the ground. You know, do you got to do build the business? Because we support each other. You know, so your brother does make some natural products, family. Anybody on here who does any services or have products, inbox me. Let's get it up to the people to see. And we advertise right here on Politically Incorrect. You know what I'm saying? You feel the need to let the world test your products, then show us on the numbers on the screen. Just message me and we're going to make something happen. Anyhow, family, we've been on here for a minute. That was not the plan. It was definitely not the plan. Yeah, definitely, Kevin. Wag the dog. You know what's going on for sure. You know what's going on. And the word became flesh. Give thanks, Sean. In the beginning was the word, and the word was God, and the word was with God, and the word took on flesh and dwell amongst man. I think that's how it go. I missed some Sundays at Sunday school, but I did catch most. But that's the whole point. The word took on flesh. How you going to stop the word that took on flesh from speaking with a piece of paper? Like, make it make sense, man. Y'all know exactly where to put that bill, man. The bill is just toilet paper. That's exactly what it's used for. That's right. I got you. I got you. I know. I got you. I got you, Sean. Took on flesh. I got you, man. The breath of God. Well, actually, Rowan, Elohim isn't the breath of God. It pertains, Ra Elohim, it pertains to the breath of the gods. The word Elohim is not a singular word. It's a Elohim is plural. El is singular. Ohim is plural. If you watch the link I got called The Language of God, I think I mentioned that. You might want to go check it out. You might want to check that one out for sure. Vibrations, that's right. It's all the heartbeats. Raise your frequency. That's right. Yeah, I give thanks, soldier. Give thanks for the support, to the energy. Tell a friend and tell a friend, family. That's the only way this message is going to get out. The only way. In fact, look, let me show you something on a serious note. On a serious note, right? Ooh-wee. Tell myself, look, man, I see people going on CBC, right? I see people going on CBC and buying airtime to promote, different church services and different things and whatnot. Rob Thorne, you used to work at CBC. If you got a little spot at CBC, you got a little spot like after the news, like I could stream on CBC from here, like that's when I could plug it in and stream it. Like I could buy like a little half-hour slot and stream on CBC. You catch me, man. Anyhow, family, I gonna make a move real quick. I give thanks for the energy, the synergy in this reality as we fellowship tonight, reason together. I got a message from my special guest. He said he was in a meeting still. He has not completed the meeting as yet. In fact, wait a minute. Okay, I see. Wait, I see. Okay. What time is it? Well, it's funny because if you interested, you could still make it happen. Choice is yours. But I do see a message. The choice is yours. Choice is yours. Yeah, if you want to, choice is yours. But anyhow, family, like I said, this has been interesting. This has been very interesting. I think we need to really structure this thing and look at this thing with a different set of eyes, because this might be a complete infiltration, complete trying to infiltrate. Remember the Trojan horse, right? Remember we talked about the Trojan horse, right? These fields and hills beyond recall are now our very own. Well, they were ours then, and they're ours now. We're going to keep them in the family. So if we is republic, why are we still dependent on the king? You want the truth? You want the truth? How to say this, no? Remember, they said that we were independent before. We were independent democracy. Now we are a republic democracy. But we're not just a republic, we are a parliamentarian republic. So once we understand what that means, that does not mean that the people of this nation have a say, because democracy is majority rule, which democracy is mob. The mob rules. Majority rules. The mob. So the mob rules. So a republic that is led by the parliament means that the parliament is who run things. And then parliament gave the key to the king. Then who got the key to the house is who own it. Well, in this case, it would be him, because I don't think they cut two keys. I think they only gave him the key because that's the only key. Everybody else is a servant in the kingdom for the king. Big Pain said I was in school tonight. Man, Big Pain, I give thanks to my inbox crew. Shout out to Jane Goddard, by the way. Big up to the family. Jane, I wait on your phone call. Make it happen. Shout out to Jackie. Shout out to Mom, the matriarch. Much love from Barbados. My darling, dearest mom, my mother from another mother. I give thanks. And, you know, that property in the beach. Wait a minute. I got it. Hold on. I give you one more thing tonight. One more. Let me see if I find it. Now, it's a bit long, family. I got to figure out how I'm going to get this to you tonight. I'm going to give you this information. This is a link on my page, so I wouldn't be able to give you this. But let me see here. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can make this happen. This is that thing I had to show you. I'm glad I remembered. I give thanks to the ancestors because they don't whisper and tell me you got to show the people. Don't forget. So like, yeah, I got you. How do I download this? Let me see. How can I do this? I can do it like this. All right. Here's it then. Going to documents. It should be first document there. Nope. Downloads. Yeah, here it is. So I'm going to open this document really quick. And I want to close out those other ones. And I'm going to share this with you all right quick. This is a must. Right on time. Time to head to the train station and get on home. Give thanks to brother for tuning in and whatnot and staying with us. I want to share one more thing with you that's very pertinent, especially the mom's case about her property, the beachfront property that was stolen by a particular lawyer with some documents that seem a bit unclear. And I say stolen because she didn't consent to sell it. So Mr. George Payne, yes, I'm calling your name. My number's on the screen. Please feel free to call us and correct us if we are not correct. But we have some questions about this particular transaction that your name appears on, unless you're saying somebody forged your signature and that you actually have no knowledge of such a document. Now, let me see how best I can make this happen here. It is not open. Here it is. It did open. It did open. Let me make it a little larger so you can see it. How can I make this larger? Oh, here it is. There you go. All right, we're cooking with gas, family. Cooking with gas. This is the last thing I want to share with you tonight. Well, for now, this is the chapter 318 of the Sales and Goods Act. It came into operation on the 7th of May, 1895. I want y'all to pay attention to this here. This is the Sales of Goods Act, chapter 318. It was amended in 2002, and I guess 2021 is what it refers to there. But in this act, and it's not long, but it's a lot of pages, and unfortunately, I don't have the section marked off directly. But sales and agreement to sell, there's certain aspects in this that you need to look at without question. And I'm going to tell you something right now, right? Man, family, like, in fact, today is what? Monday? Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm going to put this on the table for you in its proper context. In the meantime, go look this up in Barbados law. Go look this up, family. It's too important to miss. This is crazy stuff, man. You cannot make this stuff up. My daughter don't message me. She get home safe. So, yeah, she'll be watching. So I give thanks, princess. Everything will come to light just now. There's a part of this particular sales of goods that speaks based on their law about the criminality that just took place and what is the recourse for it. So, yeah, we're going to get to it. Effects of the contract. Yeah. Rules of ascertaining intentions. Reservations of rights of disposal. Oh, this, yo, man. Look, this thing right here. Look, yo, this right here. Yo, Jackie, I'm gonna send this to you. I'm gonna keep you up all night. Wait, hold up. What time is it in England right now? What time is it? Damn, it's probably morning. Well, I changed my mind. I'm gonna still send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you. This right here, it got you covered, family. Oh, it said mom smiling? Yes, moms. Yes, mom. This is for y'all, moms. Jackie, I'm gonna send this to you as soon as I get off here, man. I'm gonna send this to you. You're not gonna believe this. This right here, this isn't even light in the tunnel. This right here, this is the rising sun. This is the rising sun. Anyhow, family, I give thanks again. Like I said, we give thanks that mom is happy. We appreciate you, moms, all day, every day. You already know that. We love you. We love you. We love you. I love all y'all. Pure energy we're dealing with. And that's what's up. And so we're not worried about what they're doing. We know what they're trying to do. They're trying to, in fact, right now, they're trying to claim all the land they possibly can. The governments are all over trying to claim any land that they could get their hands on because the whole aim is to control you. Right now, there's a company, and maybe I could tie it in on Wednesday too. Maybe I could tie it in on Wednesday. Right now, there's a company. There's a company. And it's not a known company, not a big one of the big names you would know. It's a small, well, it's a company. Let me not say small. And right now, this company is going around buying up every available property or piece of real estate with a house on it. It's the largest owners of real estate, I think, right now in the world. The amount of houses they own in Canada, Americas, and across the world, they just buy all the real estate. Of course, this is tied to the, we're going to discuss this perhaps on Wednesday, man. Barbados is no different. He said at 3 a.m., we up. Wow, listen, look, we give thanks from Barbados that y'all stayed up at 3 in the morning to be here with us live tonight. That beachfront property, moms, we telling you, we ain't letting that rest. That's going to be the ghost, man, that haunt all those who were involved, especially the gentleman that's on the property right there right now. He needs to know that we are coming for it. Imagine that when this property was being built, this family went to the architect, went to Carl Williams, went to all these people, including police station, and said, listen, these folks are building on my property. I have documents here and whatnot, and no one paid her any mind. Imagine that. They didn't even say, well, hold on a minute. Let me check and see to make sure that this thing legit, because I don't want to be on the wrong side of things. But guess what? If that didn't happen, mom, you would never got the chance to meet. So everything for a reason and in divine time. So hold on a little longer. The sun is rising, mom. The sun is rising in more ways than one. We give thanks, family. We give thanks, man. Having said that, I had a special tune I want to play tonight. I've not played this tune in a long time, actually, in a long time. And so I wanted to play it tonight for sure. And I didn't cue it up earlier, so I hope you can find it now. Oh dear. Well, I don't know why you say hope we can find it now. What kind of madness is that? Of course I'm going to find it now. Of course I'm going to find it. Oh, wait. I'm looking in the wrong folder. All right, here we go. Spirit said, wait, you looking in the wrong place, big man. There you go. There you go. There you go. Hold on. Let me pause it. Let me pause this. Jackie, big tune, man. One of them tune. It's one of them nights. One of them nights, man. Wait, let's realize something. Beverly said she had a step. Oh, hey, Beverly, I hope Beverly would take. Before you get a time night, Beverly. They don't know Beverly. Beverly, you go ahead and check on this. Yeah. Yes, family. We're going to play this right here, man. Lloyd Brown.
Aye, man.
It's a Lloyd Brown tune, family.
See if your mind is filled with the hate and destruction. It's about time you know yourself.
It's a thorn.
Looking at the mirror, you not like the reflection. Full time that you know yourself. You see, judgment is close and the clock is ticking.
Just a quick message, family.
You need to fly with
A message for all of us, family.
with chickens. Full time that you know yourself. Yeah. Keep time
Keep time.
with faith. Give thanks with each day.
Get to know yourself, family.
Positive.
Especially in these times, family.
Glass half full, not half empty.
Be optimistic.
Hold firm, Psalms 23, and the liberty between you and me. All I ask for humanity is to pledge love with the unity. See if your mind is filled with the hate and this.
Gotta pull out tune, man. Gotta pull out tune. Jackie, let him know.
I man.
Time to know yourself, family. Get to know yourself.
See if your mind is filled with the hate and destruction. It's about time you know yourself. And if you're looking at the mirror, you not like the reflection. Full time that you know yourself. You see, judgment is close and the clock is ticking. It's about time you know yourself. You need to fly with eagles and not walk with chickens. Full time that you know yourself. Yeah. Keep time with faith. Give thanks with each day. Positive energy, glass half full, not half empty. Hold firm, Psalms 23, and the liberty between you and me. All I ask for humanity is to pledge love with the unity. See if your mind is filled with the hate and destruction. It's about time you know yourself.
It's about time you know yourself.
Looking at the mirror, you not like the reflection. Full time that you know yourself. You see, judgment is close and the clock is ticking. It's about time you know yourself. You need to fly with eagles and not walk with chickens.
Fly with eagles, family. Fly with eagles.
DJ
Take time, heed the teachings of the one who died so that we can live. Cast out the negative and welcome the constructive. Hold firm, stand guard, righteous, this is the Lord. All I ask for humanity is to pledge love with the unity. See if your mind is filled with the hate and destruction.
Clean your mind, family. Clean your heart, family.
And if you're looking at the mirror, you don't like the reflection.
You don't like who you see in the mirror, family? Do something about it, family. Fix yourself.
Judgment is close and the clock is ticking. It's about time you know.
Get to know yourself, family.
Fly with eagles and not walk with chickens.
You're flying with the eagles, man. You ain't walking with the chickens at all.
Make time for the young ones so they can build nations with the knowledge. Be selfless in your actions, whatever the test.
Build nations.
March, hate it,
The youths early.
reverse that with celebrating. All I ask for humanity is to pledge love with the iron.
Pledge love, family.
Yeah,
We pledge love. I'm politically incorrect.
yeah,
We pledge love, love, love.
yeah.
Don't feel we ain't gonna defend it though. We defending love, family.
DJ
Keep time with faith. Give thanks with each day. Positive energy, glass half full, not half empty. Hold firm, Psalms 23, and the liberty between you and me. All I ask for humanity is to pledge love with the unity.
Yes, pledge love, yes. Yes, yes, yes. We pledge love with unity, family. We pledge love with unity. That's what we're dealing with, man. Love and unity. We promote it all day. So we can get to the bottom of some of these matters that going on, man, without question or without reservations, man. We We ain't letting it ride like that at all, man. At all. That can't work wrong here. Blue, yellow, blue. For real. That's what we're dealing with, man. So, family, right now is about one nation, one Barbados, regardless of what message these traditional politicians come with. We're living in a new day. And we all know you can't put new wine in old skins, Mr. Thorne. Study yourself, my brother. Get to know yourself, man. If you truly about the people, the opposition you say you are, you can go and show that, man. Because in these neck of the woods, talk is cheap. And we ain't buying it. Straight up. So family, y'all have a good night. 2 hours. I ain't been on here 2 hours in a minute. Sorry for keeping you all up so late, man. Haile Selassie the First, Empress Wazira Menin. Yes, family, you want perfect balance. So that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with love, man. Make sure tomorrow you love a friend, love a family member. Call somebody, tell your friend you love them. Call your family member, tell them you love them. Make sure you spread love, spread love, spread love. That's how we do. That's how we do. And be sure to make sure you spend a little time for yourself also. Don't forget to love yourself, because in order to truly love others, man, you got to start with self. We're dealing with the healing of the nation and the meditation. So get to know yourself, family. Until Wednesday, be upful, be joyful. One love.
You need to fly with eagles and not walk with chickens. Time that you know yourself. Make time for the young ones so they can build the nations with the knowledge. Be selfless in your actions, whatever the test. There's too much hating. Reverse that with celebrating. All I ask for humanity is to pledge love with the identity. Yeah.
DJ
Keep time with faith. Give thanks with each day. Positive energy, glass half full, not half empty. Hold firm, Psalms 23, and the liberty between you and me. All I ask for humanity is to pledge love with the unity. Yeah, your mind is filled with the hate and destruction. It's about time you know.